Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to finally do a review for you guys on this YSL tassel chain. I've had this for over a year, well over a year now. I think I purchased this around May of last year, March or May, I can't quite remember honestly. So what I'll do is I'll do an update wear and tear and what fits and whether or not I do recommend it. Spoiler alert, you guys have heard me rave about this bag, so I'm just going to put it out there, worth every penny so far. So let's get on to the review. Is the Saint Laurent croc embossed medium Kate tassel in the matte croc embossed rather than the shiny sort of patent looking one, and this does come with like an aged silver hardware. This is the medium version, which is the largest I think that you can get in the Kate tassel bag. This is almost 24 centimeters across, and then in terms of height, 14.5 centimeters in height. It's about 50 centimeters strap drop, just like that. So on me, this is actually a perfect crossbody length. I do tend to shorten it, and the way I do that is I literally just grab like a hair tie, and then I just sort of tie it here. Alternatively, you can just do a quick little hook like that, and then it's already shorter, and then you can sort of just wear it as a shoulder bag, which I've enjoyed doing lately. In Australia, this retails for 3,100 Australian dollars at David Jones. It really pays to shop around for this bag because there's often, you know, various discount codes, and also different boutiques sell it for different price points. So I would say definitely shop around for this one. Don't settle on the Saint Laurent website. But if you do want all the bells and whistles, I think like Saint Laurent is the only one that gives you a box for it. I purchased this from Net-a-Porter. I think I got a 15% discount code, which I stumbled upon. It was just a stroke of luck when I was looking it up. A lot of you guys ask me how I get discount codes all the time. I honestly just look for a discount code every time I'm considering buying an item. Otherwise, just a real quick tip, you guys should check out like Ebates or Cash Rewards. I had never believed in those things up until like this year, and I've been like an avid user of it because I obviously buy expensive or luxury purchases. So even though Cash Rewards or Ebates will only sometimes have like 1%, 2%, I mean, if you're lucky, there's a 5% Cash Rewards on like the website that you're purchasing from, but it can add up, especially if you're purchasing expensive items. So that's always food for thought if anyone shops online. Moving on to this bag, it is all leather. The hardware is actually aged silver, so it's not a super shiny silver from what I can remember. Now this bag opens and closes with a magnetic closure, which I can assure you is very secure. I've never had an issue with this opening and then, you know, my stuff falling out. And then this is the interior compartment, and the inside is just like a linen material, and then it's got one slip pocket at the back, which I promise you cannot put anything in. It is so dang tight in there. I wouldn't be bothered. I honestly wouldn't bother putting anything in there. I'm just going to give you a look over all the details of this bag to have a look at the wear and tear. I'm going to try and shine it into the light so you can sort of see. I actually can't see any major flaws, like in terms of scratches. The beauty about this croc emboss is that it's got this like indented embossing in there, and it's very hard to tell what's a scratch and what's actually part of the embossing, which is so good. I'm sure if it wasn't croc embossed, this bag would have so much wear and tear and scratches everywhere. So for example, don't know if you can see, but there is like just like a little dent, like a little indentation there. But I don't know if that's part of the croc embossed or not. Probably not, because it's a little bit more out of place compared to the rest. If I am being perfectly honest with you guys, there is nothing here that would even in the slightest concern me. If I received it, I wouldn't have picked that there was any wear and tear, at least on the leather. Now, in terms of structure, it's soft, so you can squish it like this, but there's no significant like loss of structure. But in terms of warping of the leather, I think I mentioned this in a previous video already when I did like a first impressions on this. There is like puffiness here of the leather. I think that's a normal part of the bag, because when you open it like this, you know, you get that creasing, so that I guess it opens and folds properly, you know, so it's not actually stuck to the internal structures of the bag like the cardboard that keeps it nice and stiff. But it is something to know. I can't remember if that was there before or not, to be honest with you, but it's not gotten significantly worse, I have to admit. It's not distracting from the bag. It still looks fine when you're wearing it. In terms of the glazing, a lot of people ask me about the glazing, and you can see that the glazing is pristine. It is absolutely perfect, you guys, especially for how frequent I use this bag. You know, just where you'd expect the chain to rub, there's nothing there that I can find at all. Like, this is, the glazing on this is just bang on. It's perfect. Just could not even complain. This does not have feet on the bottom, but that hasn't caused any major issues in terms of wear and tear on the corners either. So it doesn't bother me in the slightest. You can see there's no corner damage. I don't know if you can actually see it. I'm trying to sort of shine it towards the light, but there's nothing. There's nothing. I promise you, there is nothing. It is actually really, really good. In terms of the actual hardware itself, a lot of people ask me, is it supposed to look scratched? I think this is supposed to be like an aged silver. I don't think it's supposed to be like a very, very shiny silver, because even on the chain you can see there's like a brushed look to it. The logo itself is perfect. There's no tarnishing on the silver logo. There is a few more, you know, dents, I think, just here where the bell is for the tassel, but obviously that does protrude out a little bit more, as you can see there. And the tassel itself, there's no tarnishing. There's no tarnishing, guys. I don't know what it is about mine, because a lot of people have found, especially with the gold, that they do have tarnishing on their tassel. If that bothers you, I would say stick to the silver. If you really, really want the gold, I would say don't get it with the tassel, because I do feel like I think it's more obvious when the gold tarnishes, unlike the silver where it sort of just looks like it's aged silver, to me at least. But overall, I haven't cleaned this bag, I haven't done anything to it, and it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look tarnished. I've already shown you the interior compartment, but just opening it up, it does have Saint Laurent here and the magnetic closure. And then again with the warping, you can see that there is a bit of that there. That would naturally be from this closure closing in on that. It's not bad. You don't really notice it, honestly, and it's just normal wear and tear. It's not a deal breaker for me. If you expect your bags to look pristine after like 2 years of significant use, you know, you've got some pretty high expectations. And then the interior is just normal. There's no scratches, there's no spills, there's nothing concerning like that. Now, in terms of the pros and cons of this bag, I honestly am trying to rack my brain trying to think of some cons. I guess in the first instance, when I received this bag, I have to admit it didn't feel as luxurious as maybe a Chanel bag that I got like months before. For an all leather piece from a well-known designer brand, this leather felt a little bit like fake leather to me to begin with, but as I've worn it more, it has softened and it has felt you know, a little bit more luxe, because it's a little bit softer, it's a little bit more malleable. It doesn't feel as stiff and hard like fake leather. I mean, I guess that was a very small con to begin with. I guess another con of this bag is the fact that, you know, resale value probably won't resell as well as Chanel and Louis Vuitton, but it's something that you probably would expect from luxury designer brands apart from Louis Vuitton, Chanel and Hermes. And a factor that plays into that is because Saint Laurent is sold in other boutiques, which do frequently have, 10% off, sometimes 20% off, which is good and bad, because I guess it's good because then if you are one of the few that can get a discount, that's really good. But then it does affect resale value, because I guess anything that does go and sell tends to not resell as well, because why would you buy something pre-owned for a little bit less when you could potentially buy a new one for the same price? But this particular bag I think will do better than a lot of the other Saint Laurent bags that are available on the pre-owned market. This is a classic piece now, I do believe. So I mean, that's all related to do with resale and the brand itself. But in terms of the bag, I haven't actually had too many issues. Yes, the warping is a negative, but I don't think it's unexpected. So I don't think it's, a negative or a deal breaker on its own, because give me a bag that doesn't have that bit of wear and tear. For example, a lot of my Louis Vuitton bags do, Chanel will do that. So I don't think it's necessarily a fault to the bag itself. I am racking my brain for a con. The pocket is a bit small, it's a bit tight, you can't fit anything in there, and maybe this magnetic closure can be a little bit finicky sometimes, because sometimes you're trying to find that closure and it's not quite there, and it takes a bit of fumbling at times. And yes, this tassel gets a little bit annoying at times, but it depends on the person. I personally love playing with it. It does sometimes get stuck to the logo just like that, which can be a little bit annoying, but it honestly takes like 2 seconds to fix it. And what I really like is actually using this as like a little handle or like a lever, because you can use it to pull out and to just push back in, and then you don't have to keep using like the leather and distorting it in any way. But honestly, if I think of any cons, I will try and put them in the info bar, but there isn't a lot of cons to this bag. Like, I'm being perfectly honest with you guys. Now, moving on to, I guess, the pros. You guys know I've been gushing about this bag for a while now because of its versatility, its functionality, but also most importantly, its durability. As I said, the croc embossed is just amazing for wear and tear. I personally think it's better than the caviar, because in terms of the style aesthetic, I think it looks better. It offers like a chicness to your outfits, an edge to your outfits, but also, it does hide any scratches, any bumps, any, minor wear and tear. The strap is actually really, really nice on this bag. It's heavy, it's robust, but it's not actually uncomfortable, bizarrely. I don't know what it is, but it's just lovely. I think that the length itself is actually quite nice as well. For me at least, I can wear it crossbody, but then as I said, I can always just tie it up. I'm not afraid to tie it up like this, because it is such a durable chain. I promise you this will not break on you, because I just can't see it breaking, to be honest, because it's so thick and heavy. I just sort of change it up like that to make it shorter, as I mentioned. For example, now it's a shoulder bag. If I wanted it, you can obviously double it up as well if you wanted something like short to hand carry, or you can untie it and wear it as crossbody, which is really cool as well. I use this bag a lot during the day, but what I love is the fact that it can convert to a night clutch very, very easily. This size is like the perfect size for a night clutch. What I do is I just hide all of the chain, sort of slip it into the bag like that, and then I wear it as a clutch like this. Yes, you do have those 2 bits of chain, but you're not really gonna get too mad about that, I don't think. And then look at this, it's such a cute little clutch, and the tassel just adds that extra bit of detail that makes this bag a lot more interesting, versus if you just had the logo. It's just a little bit more plain. I mean, yes, it's classic, but it just doesn't have that oomph, that edge that makes it like just look a little bit different, in my opinion. I actually love this, and it's really easy to just hold this. It's sort of like a nice anchoring detail, so that when you're actually holding it, you can just slip this between your thumb and forefinger and hold it very easily like that. In terms of styling the bag, this is by far the easiest bag to style. It goes with everything, with casual looks, with nighttime looks, with smarter looks. It just goes with anything and everything. You can find a situation and you can bet your money that you can incorporate this into your outfit. Granted, I tend to pair this with silver accessories just to tie the whole look together, but because I do think that, you know, matching metal hardware does look slicker and just looks more put together, but it's completely up to you, obviously. Like for example, this casual look that I'm wearing now, if I like team this bag up with this look, it just instantly lifts this whole look. It just makes this outfit from, you know, something that I just sort of put together when I got out of bed to something that's stylish and just a little bit more purposely urban and cool, you know what I mean? Like I don't know I don't know if that makes sense. Now, in terms of what this can fit, a lot of people say even though it's quite big, it can't fit much because you can see that the gussets come in. It's actually not a problem for me. They are very, very soft and you can actually just push it out and then put more stuff in if you need that extra space. And then you can just close it and then, you know, you can keep it out just like that. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend you do this all the time, but I have found myself doing that when I need to carry just a little bit more than normal. So if I needed to carry like my sunglasses, contact solution, contacts, lens case, you know, a few of those things because I'll be out a longer day, then I do have the option to carry just a little bit more if I need it. I'm actually pretty happy with how much it can fit. It probably fits the most compared to all my other flat bag. This does give those bags quite a run for their money because you can fit a Kindle in there. I'm pretty sure you can fit like iPad mini. You can definitely fit an umbrella. You know, quite big things you can fit in there. Brought a few bits and pieces with me to see what I can fit in this bag. So first thing that we're gonna try and see if it fits, I've got my Louis Vuitton Helene compact wallet. It's just like a tri-fold wallet, looks like this. It's nice and compact but can get quite thick, and I'm just gonna put that just there. I've also got my headphones, which I can fit just there. I'm just gonna pop this way and then I'll have like these bits on the side. Obviously, who would I be if I didn't have my vlogging camera to at least try and vlog? Not that I would be successful. Now it's getting quite full and this is how it looks like with all that stuff in there. Let me just see if I can close it. So what I've done is I've placed them horizontally like this, and you are sort of stretching out the bag a little bit. I make the bags work for me. That might not be necessarily something you want to do, but if you wanted to fit everything in, you can, okay? So that's just what it looks like with it completely full, and then the gussets stretched out a little bit, and then you can actually fit a few more things in there. So for example, I've got eyelash glue, I've got a lipstick, and then maybe my glasses just on top, and I can still close it. Let's just see if I can. There you go. So this is like completely stuffed. So you can see there, it's like stretching a little bit. It's not something I would recommend, but it's something you can do if you need to. We buy these bags to make it work for us. So if I want to be able to bring more stuff, I can. And I will do that because I actually really believe in this bag. It fits quite a lot and it's a lot more durable than a lot of people think, so I'm not afraid to use it. I do this quite frequently every time I'm going out at night or I'm going to a wedding, and you know, I've not had any issues with it in terms of wear and tear or anything like that, as you can see. I'm gonna take all that stuff out now. So that's probably the most that I would put in there. Now, in terms of other items you can try, let's say I've got my LV agenda in there. It fits very nicely just like that. I can put like a glasses case holder just like that. On the sides, I can fit my camera. On top, I could fit my glasses, and then, you know, close it very easily. This obviously doesn't look too warped compared to when I had it stuffed before. Let's say you don't carry a camera with you. You want to carry your agenda, you also want to carry a full-size wallet. You can put that at the back, and then you can still carry like say a coin pouch. This is from Chanel, and I'm just going to put the keys in so it's nice and chunky. And then I can just put it on the sides like that. You could probably fit maybe a pair of sunglasses on top, and then you can close that just very easily. Obviously, if you don't have things in compartments, you can fit a lot more. 100%, I can tell you, the contents of this pouch, you can fit into this bag very easily. So it's got all of these things. You can fit all of that into this bag without a problem. You can definitely fit a mini pochette in here as well. That's not a problem. You can maybe fit a small water bottle, but I wouldn't be putting like a full-size water bottle in here at all. Overall, it's been a really, really positive experience with this bag. It's an amazing, versatile, hardy bag that I would strongly recommend anyone who's looking to get a flat bag, a chain bag, like a medium-sized evening day bag, to look into this. It's just perfection. But yeah, that is my review of this bag, you guys. I really hope you enjoy it. Give this video a thumbs up if you did. Overall, I would have to say this is one of my favorite bags that I own in my collection, because I do love this bag so much, and I do love the overall aesthetics of it. You know, I like the chain, I like the YSL. It's different to a classic Chanel, and it offers something a little bit different compared to a classic Chanel, which is, you know, typically a little bit more ladylike and a little bit more classic, whereas this is just a little more edgy, more fun, but still, you know, very classic at the same time. If you guys have any questions at all, please make sure you do leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll happily reply. I will try to include links to the best prices that I can find for this bag, and any discount codes I can find as well. So make sure you do check out the info bar if you're interested in that. Grab something to eat very, very quickly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate all the views, all the feedback, all the comments, all the likes. I do just want to say I am really, really grateful, you guys. So thank you so much for sticking by me and supporting me all these years. But as always, I hope you're having a wonderful week or weekend, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.